In today's episode, we will cover a classic card trick that I am calling Psychic Vibes. It's a new little card trick I came up with. Now, without me any more ranting, let's jump into it. Cards can be shuffled and mixed however you want. It starts out impromptu, and a spectator can select a card however they wish. Let us say they peek the card. I will look away from both monitors over there and there, so I will look this way, and they can tell me when to stop whenever they want. So they say stop there, do you want to go further? They say yes, and I say okay, right there, good, yeah, and they go yes. So we will have this card memorized. Hopefully camera catches it. Okay, and it is shown to everyone. I try to show it to everyone to make sure they got the card memorized. And what we do, and make sure you don't forget the card. And what we do is the spectator can then, not me, can shuffle the cards. We'll try a new V-style shuffle. This is a new one I'm going to actually feature in a future video. So it's cool. You can do a one-handed bridge with it. Or, you know, normal shuffling or regular shuffling, however you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to attempt, since the card's lost, what we're going to do is we're going to find the 4 suited cards to be able to help me with this effect. So let me get this one and this. Let me see. Here's what we'll do. And okay, so I got 4 randomly suited cards. We got the King Clubs, 4 Hearts, Ace Spades, and Jack Diamonds, each of a different suit. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, and the idea is, oh, that looks better there. Autofocus points. So what we'll do is I want you to think of your card and the suit it relies on. So look at it. Okay, I think I got an idea of what it could be. Okay, just to be sure, one more time, just to be sure. Here, look at the cards again, one last time. Okay, just making sure. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. All I have to do is give the cards a little shake, and your card will naturally separate itself from the others in one way, shape, or form or another. In this case, it chose to go face down. So I would assume it's not a spade, a diamond, a heart. It is in fact a club, I believe. Correct? There we go. Yes, that is fascinating. Now, I want to actually take it one step further, and I can set all the cards aside. Actually, can you actually name your card? Since, you know, there's no way out of it, hands are clean. Name your card out loud, because I know it's a club. And they go 10 of clubs, and I would go, that is correct. And that is the Psychic Vibes card effect. Hope you enjoyed it. Man, I rewatched it, and man, it looks good on camera. Anyway, so going into the actual effect, hope you enjoyed it. And to go into the actual explanation, the cards really do start out impromptu. Card can be selected and shuffled however you want. I tend to leave it with a sense of freedom. So after cards are shuffled, since it could start out impromptu, you do the method I did in the video was a normal peek, which I've covered in a previous video. Get it, and as I'm casually being relaxed, I naturally get a peek by, after getting it, holding a break, I push the cards over using the fingers, and I casually can turn my hand over as I generally banter with the spectator, point, say, imagine your card in a square, any myriad of things, and I can cite the card just right here. Okay, and then I let go immediately, and I can drop it to the table as I did in the performance, and I recited the card, and I have the knowledge. So they can shuffle as much as you want, but you already know the card in that context. And you could also use knowledge from previous videos if you want to do so. You can crimp the card, you can nick the card, control a different way, or be more direct about it and just going into a direct effect instead of letting the spectator shuffle it. But I like to give options. Yeah, I love to give options on that. So we know it's the King of Spades in this case. So after the cards have been shuffled, I take them back, and I say I'm going to, actually there's a couple cards to be able to identify with your card. I look around for it, and I cut it to the top, but it's already second from the top, hilariously. So I can just, and I wouldn't lower my hand like this, but I would just move one card over, and then I would immediately go for 4 cards of different suits. So I just find 4 random ones. So spades, diamonds, and I'm only lowering my hand like so instead of up for explanation purposes, and then hearts, and then clubs. It could be 4 different ones, whatever you prefer. I just doing that. I really don't care. So I move the cards, and I can show them, and then say we're going to, as I show them, or as I put them on top in a little fan, I get a break underneath the top card, which is the selection. Okay, and I set them in a little fan neatly, and then I can have the spectator then look at the cards. And let me actually lower the autofocus point, make it a little bit easier. There we go. So now I can focus a little bit better. So then from here, I say, okay, look at the, okay, so I chose 4 cards with 4 different suits. You openly name it, openly say that, not name it, say that. And then you have them think of their card, just merely think of their card and the suit it represents, okay? And you look at them, you look down, you look up, look down, and you go, okay, I think I got it. And as you square the cards onto the pack, you add the card selection, the one with the break, onto those, and then you set it down right here. Now, it is important that you do not turn over the deck and keep them face up, but rather you go through the hassle of setting it down, face down. It'll become important in a second for the cleanup work. So then, I then spread them again. I thumb off first one, thumb off 2, thumb off 3, and hold this card in place. It's a double. Okay. I should mention one tip, and I kind of lacked in the beginning. I did not mention it beforehand. I missed one little tiny detail, so go back for just 1 second. Apologies. You want the card selection, the card of the card selection, to be on top. So it goes right in their face. And it'll become important for the selection in a moment. So my apologies, my personal apologies. We want the their card, the suit of their card on top. It makes for easier cleanup. Otherwise, it's a little bit more of a hassle to clean up. So it is an important tip. So we have it right here. Okay, and now we square everything on top, adding their selection, and we set it down right here. Okay, and then we say, okay, let me just do a spread one last time. So we push off their card suit, but not their cards, just a random. Again, their cards right here. Okay, and we go 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we push them off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold this one. It's a double. Okay. So we push them off and say one last time. Can you just think of your card? We don't point to that one. We don't want it to make it obvious. So I say point to your card, and I just gesture at like generally all 4 towards the center. You look at them, and you go, okay, I got it. And then what we do is we simply take the top 2 cards and put it underneath and square everything up. So again, we just take the top 2 cards. So we push up all 4, take the top 2 cards underneath right there. No sleight of hand to get this reverse. It's so great. You're going to see in 1 second. And you can give it a little shake, and you go, I got it. 100% got it. Give it a little shake. Then you use your pinky and pull down on the bottom card. You can also alternatively middle finger and thumb. Thumb lifts up at the back, and then forefinger right here to balance out the cards. Yeah, it'll become a lot harder without it. Forefinger helps. So middle finger, forefinger, thumb at the back, and lift up 1 card and get a break below that 1 card. So it'll help for the spread in 1 second. So either way, whether you want to do that, you want to maybe do a buckle, use your forefinger, Arthur Buckley buckle. Just use your forefinger right here and pull down on it, and it'll pop the card out, so you get a break right there. You could also do that for a multi-buckle. Ooh, 2 cards. So whatever method you decide to use to get the break, I just like to just pull down with my pinky and get the card. I then push up the top card, second card, okay? The next one is a double, as you'll see. You push off, you just take the double with your recessive fingers. You just grab onto that one and spread it a little so it looks like so. And with the last card, you can just add it right here, but I like to do a little flip. This is my own little kind of spread thing, so I tend, with the buckle thing, so I tend to do this. I didn't do it in the performance, but most cases I like to get the card to flick. It's like flicking, turning over a coin. first finger, second, it's between the first finger, second finger, goes out, and then thumb turns it up. So out, up, first finger, second finger, grips onto it, turns it out, thumb comes from the back, turns it up. So when I do an action, I get a break on the bottom card. First, second, you grab onto the third, and then you can do it that way. You do it whichever way you want to flick it. Just do it a little once, just to show a fairness that you're not holding a double. The double's right here, but no one really knows that. And you want to try to keep this double right here square as possible for the revelation of it, okay? You can hold it with both hands, and then immediately I transfer it to the dominant hand, and I turn it and show it towards the audience, I believe, and you address the situation. I believe your card was not a club, a diamond, or a heart. I believe it was a spade. Is that correct? And you get their affirmation. Their affirmation leads to a small hyping effect to the bigger effect, which is great. So they immediately see that, and you get a yes affirmation, which is great. From here, this is a double. This third card's a double. We use our fingers just on the edge of that double, and we square it with the bottom card. So from the front, squaring it right there. Okay. From the back, squaring that double right there. Okay. After we square that double right there, so that double's right here, we then take these two cards and take them to the bottom. Okay. So that is, so you get the selection right here, and then all four cards right here. So going back, we get the break. We go 1, 2, grip on the third, 4. We do the flashy thing. We then turn our hand. We'll hold it, the whole thing singly. First, I tend to hold it by this first finger, second finger from the front, ring finger from the bottom, thumb in the front. So you get this nice little display. And you say, I believe your card is not a club, not a diamond, not a heart, and you mention their card last. It seems to be a spade. Is that correct? They affirm it. Okay. You immediately grip with your fingers onto that double. You square it onto the bottom card, that double onto the bottom card. Take these two cards, put on the bottom, and then you close out by you're going to do risk kill and lifting up on the top card. So this requires a little bit of feel. You can lift up on the top card right here. You can just use your forefinger and lift up. If you have good pressure sense, you can just lift up right here. But you do not want the audience to see this card. This is a spade card that they thought turned over. So you need to keep this out of view at all times. So I tend to lift up right here, so there's no way anyone could see it unless you're directly on bottom. But if they're directly below you looking up, I'd probably question your performance management. So, just kidding. So what we do is however we want to get it, we get the card. I just tend to lift up and make sure I get the single card. I then risk kill from this point. I risk kill, and I drop all the cards on top of the pack. And if you're really, really concerned about cleanup, you can take this whole deck and put it in your pocket, if you so choose. But I just tend to just leave it here. And if anyone wants to look, you can just show the top of their card. It's really, you're running without being chased at this point. Don't worry. So then you say, you know, we know it was a spade, but can you actually name your card out loud? And they go, yeah. If they choose not to, they say, I need to see it to believe it. And then you would say to them, I hope you're not Christian. Or if they say, I turn it over and show me. This is a perfect conversation by play. I ask them their card. They do not announce it out loud. And then they say, show me. And then I ask them, do you need to see it to believe it? And they go, yes. Then I would answer to them in retort, I hope you're not Christian. Perfect by play. Perfect. Anyways, you lift up the card, you turn it over, you show that king of spades, and you are done. Wondrous effect. And it just created it on the fly. It was just a wonderful, wonderful effect that I created independently. Now, there are some similarities to this card effect. You want to give credits where credits is due. I know this is similar to a Marlowe effect, where a card turns face up to face down to face up a couple times. I forget the name of the effect. Someone could tell me in the comments and correct me, and then I'll throw in the description. So that's one credit I want to give credit to for the Marlowe effect. It turns face down, turns face up. I forget the name of that one. And he had multiple versions of it too. And then other people got onto that thing. Another thing it's similar to is, I'm blanking out in the moment. Forgive me if I'm not perfect on my credits in the moment. There's a couple others. I'm going to blank on. I'm probably going to write it down later in the description. But the idea is, it's just a useful little effect. It's a walk around. What it's meant for, or my handling of it, because it's similar to others, is that it's a useful walk around effect if you want to close out with a card trick. This is really, really ideal. You get the psychic vibes, feel of it. It gets to be a quick, impactful trick. They get to be involved in shuffling the cards, and you get an impactful revelation where you end clean, and then you can clean up. It's just putting away the card, and you're done. That's it. It's really good for walk around in those cases. So with that said, I hope this trick was very helpful to you. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I need to clarify or go into. I want to be helpful to everyone. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next video.